Rumors are that allegedly Kenyamoore is in big trouble with the network. What's going on? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. All right, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Kenya is in big trouble with the network. What's going on? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more, and here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly Kenya has been suspended by the network and production over improper behavior. The source said, Kenya is in hot water following an alleged investigation regarding leaked adult content. Sources believe that the network and producers are running away from Kenya in fear of a potential lawsuit and PR nightmare for the franchise. Kenya really overplayed her hand, said the source. Yes, Britney was ruffling her feathers, but not to the extent of needing to blow up on her in the manner in which she did, said the source. Another source said, everyone is deeply disappointed in Kenya's actions. Even though her alleged stunt didn't include actual adult content of Britney, it was still a bad look and in bad taste for the franchise. So bad, said the source, that allegedly Kenya has been put on suspension from filming. After her grand opening, none of the ladies wanted to film with her out of fear of being seen as condoning her actions. Kenya, for her part, has maintained her innocence, and production has banned the ladies from speaking out about the incident and the fallout. Sources are 100% sure that Kenya won't be fired over the incident, but may have her filming time limited by producers. Now, kinfolk, that is some new information that's coming out regarding the fallout between Kenya and Brittany Eddy, and the alleged leak of adult content at Kenya's grand opening event. Now, kinfolk, the first part of this rumor, I think that we all cannot really be that much surprised about when it comes to this information. It has to do because of this one reason, and it's this. We all know that Bravo is trying to change the narrative of the network and of their Real Housewives franchise. And they're trying to steer away from a lot of drama and dark drama and things that can bring about either lawsuits or a bad look in the public eyesight. And so with that being said, it's not surprising that Bravo was taking this very serious. Whenever they bring up lawsuits in the past, Bravo tend to overlook them and kind of brush them aside. But now with so many former housewives and even some current housewives bringing about lawsuits against, their co-stars and even their bosses and executives, Bravo cannot be too laxy-daisy with addressing these issues. So it should come to no surprise that they are taking this very seriously, and that is why we saw an investigation happen, or at least an alleged investigation, after the news broke of this incident at Kenya's grand opening. Now, kinfolk, the next part of this rumor, a lot of you all probably can't see this, but I definitely see this happening, and it involves Kenya and production, and it's this. I can definitely see Kenya being suspended over this incident, even though my sources are saying that the incident did not involve actual adult content of Britney. However, I can still see the network suspending Kenya over this because they want to send a message out to the other ladies that this type of behavior would not be applauded or acceptable moving forward. Bravo is really, really trying to, in my opinion, protect their brand and protect their brand image and protect themselves from any further lawsuits. And this right here just really flies right into the face of the things that they've been trying to prevent. Bravo is not really good. It's not really good at cleaning up a lot of messes when their PR image is destroyed publicly. So for them, it looks like they're trying to be more proactive than reactive. So launching an investigation was the right thing to do to make sure that everything was really smooth and still kosher with the ladies. But honestly, I do see them putting Kenya on a suspension because they cannot afford to be seen as condoning this type of behavior, this type of bullying, especially with all of the lawsuits involving alleged sexual harassment that's been going on within the franchises and within the organization as a whole. So they definitely are trying to be proactive in this, and putting Kenya on a maybe 2-week, 3-week suspension from filming, I think is the best thing to do, so they can send a message loud and clear that this would not be tolerated, but also keeping Kenya at the franchise and making sure she still can contribute to season 16 and ultimately to the ratings. Now, kinfolk, the next part of this rumor, I do find very interesting, and I can see somewhat factual, and it has to do with Kenya and her current mental state, and it's this. You know, kinfolk, Kenya has a lot riding on her shoulders. She is being seen as the person who is going to pretty much save the franchise. And when you look at that role, that is no small feat. Producers, I can only imagine, are looking to her to carry the franchise, carry storylines, and carry a lot of drama. And they can be very taxing on her mind. And so sometimes it may prevent her from thinking clearly, and then she starts to do things that's going to give you a shock value but have no substance. And I think this is what we're seeing happening now. I think we're seeing Kenya, for the most part, getting a lot of attention to the franchise, but it's not really good attention at this moment. And I also can see her doing this not necessarily out of desperation, but just pretty much out of frustration a little bit, because we saw and heard that the ladies were pretty much getting along for the most part when filming first started. And as we all know, that makes for not so good reality TV. So something had to happen to spice things up. And I do believe that's when Kenya came up with this idea. However, it went left and she didn't think it all the way through. And I can only imagine that she didn't think it all the way through because she was trying to do something quickly to save filming and to save the season. So I do think that Kenya may be under a lot of mental stress and trying to come up with a lot of storylines and help produce these ladies, because we all know that Kenya is the master of producing storylines and producing her cast members. So it can be a lot for her, but I definitely do see her coming out on top, and I do also see her being vindicated in a certain way. But also, kinfolk, the last part of this rumor, I do have to ask this question. Now, Brittany Edie is, as we're seeing right now, the alleged victim in all of this, but it does leave just one question to the mind. And I've seen a lot of people on social media asking the same question. What is it? Well, everyone knows Kenya to be like an agitator, but for the most part, she only reacts to certain things that people do to her. You may take it to a level 2, and she's going to take it to a level 5 just to finish it off, and so she doesn't have to deal with it again. But a lot of people are wondering, what did Brittany Edie do to Kenya to make her go off so bad? It has to have been something that was said or done to Kenya that Kenya saw that was irreversible to make her lash out the way she did. In the leaked audio, Kenya was really going in on Brittany Edie. And Brittany is a newbie, and she doesn't really have a relationship with any of the ladies on the cast. So it seems like if she does not have any past issues with the ladies, it has to be something that's happening in the present day. And I think that Kenya may have had her buttons pushed the wrong way by Brittany, and Brittany may have said something that really pushed Kenya over the edge, which is kind of a surprising thing, because none of the ladies as of late have been able to get Kenya to come completely out of character. But we see that Brittany Edie was able to do that with only being 2 or 3 weeks into filming. Somewhat impressive, but somewhat scary as well, because we don't know what can come out of this when you push the person's buttons the wrong way, especially a firecracker like Kenya. So has Edie found a magic button or a magic pill to get Kenya to really show up to work? Well, kinfolk, as always, we'll just have to wait and see. But I will say this. Season 16 filming is off to a very interesting and dramatic start, and we may be in for a treat when the season finally airs later this year. But kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think. Considering how much of a firecracker Kenya is and how much she really reacts to being provoked, do you think she was in the wrong for allegedly coming at Brittany Edie the wrong way or the way in which she did? Or do you think that Brittany Edie may have done something to Kenya or said something to Kenya that warranted Kenya to react in the way in which she did? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.